What's going on, guys? It's your boy RealDealAkil back again with another video. I hope y'all remember the video where I talked about bad habits. This time we're going to flip it and talk about good habits. So I hope y'all enjoy this video, man. We're about to get started, but before we do, follow me on social media, man. Check me out on TikTok. Check me out on Instagram, RealDealAkil_ on both TikTok and Instagram. I'm thinking about getting a Twitter. I will never call it X in my entire life. It would always and forever be known as Twitter to me. I'm not going to call it X, but I'm thinking about getting it, but we'll see. But let's get into it, starting off with number one. Make it attractive. I got Make It Attractive from Atomic Habits. Great read, by the way. I might read it again because it's been a while since I read it, but pretty much it's just about making your new habit more convenient, right? Setting your environment up so that you're more likely to complete the habit, to start the habit than not. For instance, right? If you're someone that wants to get up in the morning before you go to work or before you start your day to go to the gym, right? One thing you can do is get your stuff ready the night before. Get your gym bag ready, have your clothes laid out that you're going to wear to the gym, or if you got to go to work before, put your work clothes in the bag, all your toiletries that you need to freshen up. That way, when it's time for you to get out the door or get up, all you got to do is put your clothes on, brush your teeth, wash your face, and head out the door. And that should not take long, especially for the fellas. So that's all it is, really. It's just making it easy for yourself. Make it easier on yourself, because the easier something is, the more likely we'll do it. We're all about making stuff simple. So if you make it simple for yourself, the better. Moving on to number two, consistency. Consistency is hard. Easier said than done, because it's easier to start something new when we're motivated. But what happens when we're not motivated? How do we continue to still do it? That's where being consistent comes in. How do you be consistent? Give yourself a reminder. Put a reminder on your phone. Maybe put some time on a calendar for you to do it every day, whatever your habit is, that your new habit that you're trying to build. Make sure that you give yourself a reminder to do it every day. That way, oh, okay, I told myself I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do it. And stick by your word. Make sure you do it, because I think that's another thing that gets underestimated when trying to build a new habit is, you got to stick with it. And I know we're not perfect. We're human, right? We're going to have a day where we're off, but don't let a day turn into two, and then two turn into four, and then four wind up being a week, because that's how we fall off. We stack up on the days where we're not doing anything, right? Instead of stacking on the days where we're trying to get better. You're not going to get it right the first time. It's going to take time for you to understand how to do it, to understand what works for you, and just getting better at it from it. So it's just about stick-to-itiveness. Just give yourself a reminder. Remind yourself on your phone, calendar invite. Maybe if you have a whiteboard, I have a whiteboard. Write it down and make sure to look at it every day to remind yourself, like, hey, I got to do this. I said I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Which leads me to my last point, accountability. When we say we're going to do something, you got to stand on business. You got to stand on business, especially being men, right? You hear this saying a lot. I'm a man of my word. You got to stand on our principles. We say that we're going to do something. We're going to kick an old habit. We're going to kick a bad habit and start up a new one. We got to hold ourselves accountable. And I know there's times where we may not feel like not doing something, but we got to do it anyway, because we said that we're going to start it. We said we're going to do something, and we have to do it, because as men, we are men of our word, no matter what. And not only just has to be you, right? God put us on this earth to have community, right? Make friends, talk to people. You don't know who could be on the same journey as you are, trying to kick the old habits out and trying to start with some healthier habits, whether it be physically, for your spirit, for your mind. You don't know who could be on that path with you. And when you find those people, use them, right? Make sure have your check-ins. Be like, yeah, I did, they're telling you, hey, I did this, and that. And what about you? And you're like, oh yeah, I did this, but I didn't do that. And then it's like, come on, man, we said we're gonna do this. You gotta do it, and it does something to you, right? And it's like you got someone else telling you, like, man, they're right. It's like going to the gym, right? Usually when we lift or go to the gym by ourselves, we kind of take it. We go hard, but we don't go as hard as we know we can, right? But there's something about working out with someone that pushes you to another level because they hold you accountable. You're lifting, you're doing some incline dumbbells, right? Dumbbell press, and you're doing some weight, right? But they're like, man, I know you're stronger than that. I know you can do better than that. And then you wind up doing it, and you wind up killing it. I don't know what it is, but it helps having those people that hold you accountable in that moment. But in reality, it's not always going to be like that. So we got to be able to hold ourselves accountable at all times. Think about discipline. Personally, now that I'm saying it, I feel like it's a combination of consistency and accountability. Consistency, because no matter how you feel, you're going to do it. And it's a combination of accountability, right? Because I said I'm going to do this. I said I'm going to try this new habit. I'm going to build this habit up. So I'm going to do it regardless. Discipline is a combination of accountability and consistency. And when you have both, you become disciplined. And then no matter how you feel, it'll get to the point where it becomes second nature. Don't ever doubt your abilities at all. I know at times it can be rough, but hey, that's when we got to call on God, man, and find our strength through Him. He's strong enough to hold all of our burdens. And when we put it on to Him, just watch how the monkey off our backs get lifted, and now we can just go into this and focus on that. I know the first one, make it attractive, make it convenient, is easy, but the next two, the consistency and accountability, they're going to take some effort, right? But it's something that we all can do. And don't procrastinate. Now, as I'm getting older, you realize that, you start to realize more and more our time is very limited and it comes quick. So the more you're just waiting for the perfect moment to start or change something around, it's going to be too late. So just start. It's not going to be perfect anyway. So you might as well just keep working until you progress and progress until there's the most minimal amount of error possible. Because there's always going to be error. We're always going to mess up. We're always going to slip up. But it's not about slipping up, right? It's about how we respond when we do slip up. There'll take some time, but just putting yourself in the environment to complete them day in and day out and building up the consistency and having accountability within yourself and your community, it can help you build your habits one by one. And that's another thing too I want to add as well. This is a plus point. Take one thing at a time. Master one thing first, then move on to the next thing. I want to be a jack of all trades guy, but sometimes, especially in habit building, it's better to just go one by one. Get consistent, get your habit down, get consistent, get disciplined in it, then move on to the next thing. And there's no shame in that, right? Don't think because someone is progressing in this area or that area further than you are right now doesn't mean you're not progressing at all, or you can't get to their level or surpass them. It's like you never know what can happen. So just keep that in mind, guys. But I hope y'all enjoyed this video, man. If you enjoyed, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll be back.